She'd been speeding when they pulled her. State Route 27, known by most as Topanga Canyon Boulevard, was a tight, twisty mess of blind curves and cutbacks that wound for 15 miles through the Santa Monica Mountains before making a final, graceful descent to the Pacific. Whenever she had to commute to Malibu, Topanga Canyon was the worst part. The most Locke could ever hope to average was 25 through the bends. This morning, despite knowing traffic wouldn't be an issue, she'd left home late out of habit. Once she reached the ocean, Locke still faced another 20 minutes on Pacific Coast Highway before she could start the job. And Malibu jobs always took longer than you thought. So she'd pushed it. Between flooring the accelerator and gravity's helping hand, she'd gotten the van flying down the home stretch. When the flashers lit up her side mirror, she'd been cruising at 65 easy. Maybe 70. Locke released a heavy sigh as she pulled to the dusty shoulder, then a groan when she saw both a motorcycle and a cruiser. The month was nearly up. Quota time. With everyone locked in their houses the past few weeks, she imagined the Highway Patrol's collections were running a little light. Mr. Motorcycle came to her window. His badge and helmet gleamed in the sun, forcing her to squint, while mirrored shades and a surgical mask combined to obscure his face. His name tag said Choi. Any hopes for sympathy seemed slim, as the heavy starch on his CHP uniform creases suggested he wasn't the just a warning type. Locke passed him her license and registration, then rested her hands at 12 o'clock on the wheel, just to show she could be a good girl when she wanted. "How do you say this? Monna? Monna, like Donna with an M." Although she could feel Cruiser lurking at the passenger's window in her peripheral vision, Locke kept her eyes trained on Mr. Motorcycle. Glancing over would look suspicious, and these two were already giving her the serial killer treatment. "You know you're supposed to be sheltered at home, right? Governor's orders." "I've got a job to get to." Mr. Motorcycle raised an eyebrow over his shades. "That why you're in such a hurry?" "I don't want to be late." Locke smiled, the meekest, sweetest, "Please, teacher, I didn't mean it" smile she could muster. Then she remembered he couldn't see it behind her own mask. She supposed the gaping shark teeth printed on it, Jaws style, didn't send quite the right message either.